While the Federal DREAM Act bill still sits in Washington, here in Connecticut the legislation is very much in motion. Sam Friedman met with those actively involved in the legislation. They will determine if the state is responsible in providing for students who are here illegally.
Look like any other group of students holding a meeting, except for one thing: they're considered illegal under the law. They're called Dreamers, named after legislation which has been sitting in Washington for over 10 years. These students don't want to wait any longer.
For me, they deserve a right to an education and they deserve a right to be lawfully employed in this country.
Lorella Praeli is leading the fight for in-state tuition for Connecticut Dreamers. She came to America at age 3 to have her leg amputated in a U.S. hospital. Lorella just sees this battle as one more step to climb.
I consider myself very much an American, and I consider my fellow Dreamers Americans as well.
Mariano Cardosa Jr. is one of the Dreamers caught between education and deportation. He came today hoping to find a way to continue living in the only country he's ever known.
To me, it's not fair. I've been here for 20 years. I haven't done anything wrong, and I don't think that the laws are right. I don't think I should be pushed out the country I was raised in.
Representative Vincent Candelora opposes the in-state tuition bill. He's concerned that the state could be subject to more than just seeing a few dreams disappear.
If Connecticut allows in-state tuition for illegal immigrants, we're potentially exposing ourselves to a federal lawsuit, which would require Connecticut to have to give in-state tuition to every out-of-state student.
Candelora insists his side is not necessarily against the students so much as they're trying not to add an extra tax burden to the state.
And that exposure is to the tune of about $45 million per year for the state of Connecticut. That could really have a disillusion effect on everybody else who's abiding by the law.
Now, tomorrow morning, the Connecticut State Legislature will hold a public hearing on the so-called in-state tuition bill. It'll be up to Connecticut's elected officials to decide if the Dreamers deserve an affordable education or if they're going to be a huge tax burden on the state. From the state capitol in Hartford, I'm Sam Friedman.